it's super interesting to hear about those sort of things. And it's really kind of, I've always been really interested in investment advice, but it's not, I've kind of come to realize, like, why is that? Because it's not actually that useful to me. Like, I'm not going to go out, or I shouldn't, tomorrow and use those 3 trends to try and start mapping Commonwealth Bank stocks or something. But it seems to be like you're hearing like the secrets to getting rich or something. But
well, why?
If you actually take, let's go back to Warren Buffett. This guy's picked the market for 50 years or something. He's one of the richest people in the world. But there's only a handful of people that have been able to perform like that. And they're like rock stars of the business world. And they do that professionally, and only they are the ones that have just outperformed the market. So it's bloody hard. And most of the guys who try and do it, they don't do it well. It's been proven basically that it's no better than chance investing in most people.
I think this is attributable. It might be to his business partner, Charlie Munger, where basically he says, unless you are doing this as a professional in some caliber, just buy some indices and forget about them.
Yeah, hit up the index funds, go do something else but it's just so interesting to read about and getting that edge and that sort of thing. But to me,
but it's attractive.
It is. And look, I've invested and done terribly. So I invested some money in the stock market just before the 2008 crash.
Nicely timed, mate.
Halved the money and walked away as a uni student crying, basically. Managed to sell basically at the bottom too, which is good. And that's been most of my experience. I've been tempted to dabble back in, but I'm always interested in reading about investment advice, and I've kind of had to stop myself because I've realised that I have had much more success in other things that I've made money from. So I should be focusing on that. Unless I can apply it kind of in a micro sense, I should just be letting someone else deal with that. There is one book I have liked called Mastering the Market Cycle by Howard Marks. And
I haven't read that.
Yeah, I'd love to do it on the podcast one day because to me it's the only one that's really been able to combine, say, the thinking of Daniel Kahneman, how you're feeling when the different parts of a market cycle are happening, why most people know you should sell at the bottom but don't, and all this sort of, buy at the bottom but don't, and all these sort of things. And I actually read that book while I was going through the Bitcoin bubble, having bought some Bitcoin.
And you watched yourself, did you?
I watched myself react and others around me and all the emotions that went with the small investment I made in some Bitcoin. And so that book had taught me a few things. But knowing the PE multiple to sell at, or, why am I reading that stuff? I should be doing other things.
Yeah, there's probably, unless you're truly investing the time, you're going to struggle. And so it's let someone else handle that for you that's invested, or let something that tracks the market, not even someone, so you're paying lower fees, do it for you.
That's my opinion, unless you've got an edge or a real passion for it. Yeah.
He says, Adam does say, I quite enjoyed this. He said, I think there's a book called One Up on Wall Street, and he said he loves when books like this come out, or he actually hates when books like this come out, because what it means is there's a number of people in the general public who get excited about investing, think that they've got one up on Wall Street, and will go out and start trying these things. And so this book was centered around, the local information that you have and things that you're exposed to. So you should invest based on that. Whereas the guys on Wall Street love that. They love these moments because that is their opportunity to take your lunch money and pocket it for themselves.
And then lose it all in the next crash.
Yeah. You wouldn't jump into the ring with Muhammad Ali. So why would you jump into the bloody ocean with these sharks?